Here we go again with another video, another random thoughts video of stuff that's on my mind, crazy as that is. Well, earlier today I just had an interesting idea for a movie, which if I had, if I could think of more plot line or anything else, and knew how to make a movie, well then I'd probably have a good movie here, but I don't know. Anyone who ends up viewing this video can tell me and let me know what they think. Who knows, maybe someone will see it and actually partake in it and actually make the movie, which will be interesting to see. But what if someone were to make a video game that in fact was somehow coded to time travel? No, not the programmer itself that's time traveling. No, in fact, as he makes this game, thinking, alright, it's just a game. But what if in fact it turns out to be a time travel device where in building the civilization, you are actually building the creation of man. Well, maybe not the creation of man. That's a little too far back. But more along the lines of the birth of civilization. Just going through the game, building this tribe up, building this tribe into a civilization, and this civilization eventually becomes what we know of the world today. I mean, it's kind of a mind-blowing idea, if you ask me. A video game that would in fact be our history, but what you do in the game ends up changing history. A crazy idea, I know. Just, oh man, it's like it's crazy. I try to spit it out, say it, and it's all of a sudden it's like disappearing off my mind. I can't figure out what the heck I can't figure out how it would link together like it was earlier. I'm getting into the details because I was already thinking about the main thought, I guess, but I mean, imagine a guy that creates a game that ends up being basically the start of civilization, and from that start of civilization it then becomes like, and I'm talking ancient, more the ancient history, just barely out of caves, cavemen were just getting out of the caveman era, But it's just a crazy idea of how. And then of course, you're gonna have to have your villain, of course, which is someone who figures out that this is in fact I don't know how they would figure out or make the connection between this being this video game and it actually being a means to rewrite history. But I mean, think about it, and there would have to be the battle between the creation of, or it'd be a battle over who in fact, not a battle between who in fact owns, but the villain would obviously have to be trying to pervert this to rewrite history in a way that he would prefer, as most of those time travel deals do. But that would have to be the premise of it. And I mean, oh yeah, that's right, the link on how someone would, or at least how I say the hero would figure out that this was a time travel or a rewriting history game versus just an ordinary game. He would somehow have to do something in the game and think, wait a minute, this reminds me too much of, say, a certain historical thing, and it's like, and have a lot of those, and a lot of those little things that remind, hey, this reminds me of such and such. I thought this was supposed to be, fantasy, fiction, whatever, but it reminds me too much of our history. And then does something to change something, and which then realizes it happens in the real world, where, okay, say like, alright, because I'm thinking more like the Mayan civilization, where, from what I can remember, it's, the Mayan civilization, of course, great civilization, but then disappeared out of nowhere, for the most part. No one knows what happened to the Mayans. We're still figuring things out. Now, what if, in fact, this video game was basically the Mayan civilization, and building it up in the game, in which then it comes to a certain point where, well, I'm not sure exactly how to cover that part, but the tie-in would have to be that you would have to have the hero in order to realize that this was in fact a way to rewrite history, would link something in the present before he does something to alter the game, or does something in the game that alters. Say a certain dig site just got discovered, whatever, and he sees this on TV before he's playing his game, and then he goes and plays the game, and does something in the game, or finds this artifact that just been discovered on TV in the game, and he in the game where he just built it, he ends up destroying it in the game. Moves it to a different location, where somewhere other than where it was found on TV the day before. And then next day, watching TV again, they find the same artifact again, except in a different place, or destroyed, or they come to find out that there was no, or he goes to research that artifact, and the artifact was never discovered. Some strange thing like that. Yeah, it works better in my head, and it sounds like an interesting idea. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it, but yeah, I'm losing my train of thought. I don't know where I'm going with this anymore. But I think it would be an interesting idea, and if anyone does view this and thinks it's a good idea too, and would like to expand on it, please do comment, whatever. Let me know. I'd like to see how this could go, and how this might turn out, and who knows, if one day it does end up a movie, that would be awesome. I mean, that'd be awesome to be like the brainchild of a movie that comes out either months or years down the road. Either way, it'd be cool to just be able to say, hey, yeah, I had the idea for that. But yeah, it might not happen. I'm not putting my hopes up on it. but it would still be a cool thing. Well, I gotta get to work. I'll probably end up doing another video some other point in time. So, to anyone who might end up watching this when I finally download it, y'all have a good one. Let me know what you think. Bye.